Welcome back, folks, to more Let's Play Pokemon Sapphire. No Pokecenters, no Pokemarts. In the last episode, we made our way through, what was it, Granite Cave? Something like that. And we captured the next member of our party here, Sableye, also known as Disco, that's his nickname. And Sableye has some pretty decent moves to start off with, especially Nightshade, given that it does a set amount of damage, so no matter what happens to our stats or anything like that, Nightshade's always going to do damage based on our level. In addition to this, we have Leer, which can lower defenses, and Scratch, which is also a physical attack, so that's kind of helpful. We are going to learn a move at level 13, which is Astonish, and because Ghost type is physical in this gen, that's also going to benefit from Leer as well. So the other thing to take note of is that Sableye can learn Cut, but I don't want to teach it just yet, at least until we run out of Scratches. So then once we do that, I can then throw on Cut and then go back and get all those items that we didn't get before. The other thing is, Sableye completely destroys this gym. Only one Pokemon in the entire gym can touch it, and that Pokemon belongs to the gym leader, and even then, the moves it uses aren't really that effective. Now, even though Sableye is going to be useful for at least 2 parts of this LP, potentially others, I don't really need it to level up as fast as everything else in our party. Therefore, Talo, in the meantime, is going to receive the EXP share, which we just got last episode as well. And EXP share is going to allow him to get a couple extra levels and whatnot. As well, I think I'm going to give... I could give him the Silk Scarf for now. That seems like an okay plan. Yeah, I'm going to give Disco the Silk Scarf, just to boost up his Scratches, so even though he's not really going to be taking any hits, he can still do a little bit of extra damage. So the way this particular gym works is that every trainer you beat expands this little circle here, but due to the fact that I just want to get Sableye a couple extra levels and get all the experience I can and make him strong enough to fight the gym leader without losing too much PP in the process, I want to battle every trainer basically, so we're just going to send out Sableye. I have nothing to fear from any of these trainers really, offensively, except for the gym leader like I said, so let's just jump right into it. So, first up is this battle girl, whatever, and she's got a Meditite, and this thing can protect, which can get a little bit annoying, but we're just going to start off, try and Leer it. We don't care if it meditates and boosts its attack or whatever. But yeah, like I said, the annoying thing about this is they can use Detect, which can get a little bit annoying. But I'm going to throw one Leer on there and then start scratching this thing. We'll see how much one scratch will do after a Leer. I think I want to throw on another Leer. This thing's just going to get to +6, but it doesn't really matter because it doesn't have an attack to really hit us. Confusion is blocked by our Dark type, and any fighting moves or normal type moves it has are blocked by our Ghost typing. So, we'll just keep going for scratches at this point and try and finish this thing off. Not too big of a problem. I'm not too worried about getting rid of scratches either because I want to teach this thing Cut relatively early, and I'm not too concerned about its PP management, so it kind of blows that we didn't kill it there, but what are you going to do? This thing, all it wants to do is meditate, so it didn't even use Detect, that's fine. May not even have it yet, I don't know. But nevertheless, we get a little bit of extra experience, so does Talo, and one trainer down. Not too big of a deal. Next up is this trainer, I think he's over to the left somewhere, no, right here. And I think he has 1 or 2 Machops. Maybe just one. Okay, just one Machop. Next trainer has a Machop and a Meditite. That's what I'm thinking of. So we're going to Leer this guy a couple times. I think I want to throw 3 on him. He's going to Leer us, but like I said, he only has fighting and normal type moves as well, so absolutely nothing to fear from this thing. This thing also can't detect, so we don't even have to worry about it dodging our moves as well. So, one more Leer. And I believe after 3 Leers we should be able to get a 2-hit KO, if I'm correct. I want to say I'm correct, but who knows. Hopefully this gets us to... Oh, wow, after 3 it didn't even do half. That's kind of sad. But at least from here it looks to be about a 3-hit KO regardless, so that should be fine. No need to use an extra Leer, because I can use those for Brawly himself after all of this, so that's fine. There we go, another trainer down, and we're almost to level 13. Would have been nice to get that extra level here just for this fight here, because having Astonish is alright. But yeah, like I said, we're just gonna carry on. Continue to send out Disco, and let's see. I'll Leer. This guy has Detect, so that's kind of annoying. At least he only has 5 of them, and wow, double Detect? Fine, that's okay. I'm just wasting Leers anyways. Seriously? What are the chances of this? Like 25% now? Whatever. He's only got 2 left. So, we'll throw 1 Leer on this thing. And like I said, I'm not too concerned about saving Leers. I just really want them for this gym alone. Anything beyond that really doesn't matter to me. Leer again. And there's his 4th Protect or Detect or whatever. Frig. Okay, now he's used all 5. He definitely doesn't have any more. So that was kind of annoying. We had to face all 5 of those and use a ton of Leers, but whatever. I only need a couple for the gym battle anyways, and we should be okay from there. So, now that I've used 2 or 3 Leers, I think I'm just going to start scratching or whatever to this thing. I don't want to waste Nightshades just because they're kind of valuable at this point. And either way, Nightshade is probably a little bit more useful, at least at this stage in the game. So let's see. Meditite goes down, and Machop should be coming up next. So there we go. Learning Astonish, which is great. I can get rid of Foresight. So we're gonna do that. Foresight allows fighting types to hit ghosts, and I think ghost types to hit normal, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to check on that, but I'm not too concerned about hitting normal types with ghost type moves at this point, just because like Astonish doesn't really matter. It's kind of negligible damage now that Meditite's gone, and like I said before, I'm going to use 3 Leers on this guy. So we'll just spam those. Go Leer. Focus energy is fine, whatever. We don't really fear too much about this thing. So there we go, 3 Leers on this thing, and hopefully we can get a... I think the other Machop was level 14, so it should be a 2-hit KO now. There we go, now it's 2-hit KO. So there goes Scratch, Machop goes down, and Disco gets a decent amount of experience there. Alright, she's got a Meditite now, and now that we have Astonish, let me just check one thing here. Astonish is base 30, so with Stab it gets us to 45, and because Meditite is actually Psychic type, Astonish is super effective, and therefore it's 90 base power against Meditite, so that's really decent. Like I said, it's also physical, so I'm going to try and Leer just once on this guy. Good thing he didn't Protect there, so I do get the defense drop. And yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead with Astonish. With it being 90 base power, even after 1 Leer, it's probably going to be a 2-hit KO. So we'll go ahead with that. And whoa, that was almost a 1-hit KO. That's really decent. Because Astonish is stab, it's slightly stronger than Scratch, so I'm just gonna use a Scratch. I don't care at this point. So, there we go. Or I guess, with the Silk Scarf, it might actually be a bit stronger, so that's kind of interesting. But, nevertheless, Sableye gets a little bit stronger. And, I think now I am going to heal it up just slightly. Let me just take a look at how I'm doing for healing. I've got 2 potions, 2 super potions. I have at least 6 soda pop coming up from an upcoming area. And I do have 4 orange berries, so that's workable. I think for now I will use a potion though. Or no. I'm just gonna use an orange berry. Screw it. Come on. Orange berry. So that brings us to 29. I don't want to waste that couple extra PP just at this point in the game. Talo or Tayo, whatever. This bird thing is gonna keep the XP share for now. I'm not gonna put it on Breloom or Shroomish for now, just yet, just for the fact that there's a bunch of water Pokemon coming up, and he can simply take advantage of those and get his experience that way. So we're just gonna stick with that setup for now, and I think I'm ready to take on Brawly. So let's just jump right in here. So, Machop is his lead off here. So he's got level 17 Machop. This thing can't touch us at all. It can leer us, but other than that, his next Pokemon, which is Makuhita, can't even touch us, period, with physical moves. So, I feel content to just set up leers on this thing. We'll go ahead with at least one, and get things rolling before it starts bulking up. It does have bulk up, which I just mentioned, which can boost its defense, so that kind of somewhat negates our use of leers. But nevertheless, I want to get rid of my scratches, so I may as well just go ahead now. He does use bulk up there, which negates our drop right there, but whatever, I'm not too concerned. We have 22 scratches, and I'm prepared to whittle this thing down with scratch all day long. So I'm just gonna throw 1 leer on it, hoping that it would use a non-bulk up move, but for now I'm just gonna save those 9 leers against Makuhita. Try and save those as much as possible. This thing just wants to bulk up, that's fine. We do get a crit with scratch, that's fine. You know what, I'm just gonna Nightshade this thing away. Even though I want to get rid of the scratch PP, I can still use that against weaker Pokemon that only have like Tackle or other such moves. So of course now it uses Leer. So I'm willing to throw a Nightshade on this thing just for the fact that it is set damage, and it'll give me a gauge as to how much it's going to do there. So at this point I think 1 more scratch and 1 Nightshade will finish this thing off, so that's what I'm going to go with. Bulk up is negligible against Nightshade, which is great. And let's see Machop go down. So, Sableye is definitely proving its worth so far, clearing out this gym without taking any sort of HP damage. Like I said, Makuhita does have 1 move to hit us though, and that move is Knockoff. So because of that, I think I'm going to throw my 1 scratch in now, just to get that damage, and of course it knocks off immediately. There goes my Silk Scarf, so I don't even get a benefit from that, so that's fine. But Knockoff is the only move Makuhita can hit us with, and from that perspective, I basically have nothing to fear from it. It's going to do negligible damage just because we aren't weak to it, and Makuhita's special is kind of weak, or special attack is kind of weak regardless. So We're going to throw on 2 Leers. Hopefully he doesn't bulk up here. And he doesn't. He just wants to knock off. That's fine. Taking that extra damage is whatever. And I'm just going to go with Astonish because it's slightly stronger than Scratch. See how much damage that will do. That seems okay. He does have a Super Potion, and so whatever damage I get in here is kind of negligible because he is going to heal up in a bit. So right here, on the heal turn, I am going to use a Leer just so we're going to be getting that extra damage anyways. And if he does crit me on this next hit, I am going to heal up. But if not, we're just going to stick with what's working for us. Astonish is a little bit better for us. So I'm going to go ahead and scratch. Okay. I think Disco is safe to take one more hit even if it does crit, so we'll just go ahead with a scratch. And at this health, I don't want to be risking it. I'm just going to use a potion and play it safe. We can't afford a KO on Sableye this early. It's a waste of an item to heal it up later, or to use a rare candy or a revive later on. So because of that, I just don't want to let it die, even though it's basically served its purpose. And so we're going to throw another scratch on here. And I believe now that he has used his just going to flat out kill it. I thought it was going to leave it at like 1, so that's perfectly fine. Tailo gets an extra level. He's up to level 16. And Tailo does evolve at level 22, which is nice. So having the closer we get to Swellow, the better. And the reason being that I want to give the XP share on Tailo now is the fact that he doesn't learn any attacking moves between now and quite a bit down the road. When he evolves into Swellow at 22, he'll eventually get Endeavor at level 28, I believe, and even then, that's not really the greatest attacking move, so I'm probably going to skip it. But nevertheless, we've got our second gym badge, we've got Bulk Up as well, and I may use Bulk Up, I'm not quite set on it yet, but it's a decent move, so boost attack and defense with one move, and maybe I could potentially use it on Breloom, but I'm not too sold on that yet. But let me just take a look at things for now. Disco is getting up there. He's at level 14. He's going to learn another move very shortly. And we still have 16 scratches. That's kind of annoying. But we got our second gym badge, which is great. What was I saying before that? Yeah, so Tailow's going to evolve at level 22. And because of that, I want to preserve as much attacking PP as I can so that Swellow can take advantage of that, because Swellow is a lot stronger than Tailo is. He's also a lot faster, being base 125. I mentioned in an earlier video that he was 130. Someone did correct me in the comments saying that he is base 125. But even so, base 125 is fantastic because it'll basically outspeed a ton of things, even if they're higher levels than it. So because of that fact, he's very useful to us. Now that I do have Sableye, though, I'm willing to take on this trainer as well, even though he has a Zigzagoon. Zigzagoon can't touch us with any of its moveset, at least this early on. All he can do is growl and tail whip me, I think. So Disco is free to take this thing on, use up its scratches. Fighting trainer fights is always nice because they give you a little bit of extra experience. So I'm just going to throw on these scratches. I don't care if it wants to growl me or whatever. Scratch needs to be wasted because I need to eventually teach this thing cut. So we're going to take that guy down. And I haven't yet decided how I'm going to approach removing these scratches. So I'm probably going to think about that for the next video. And when I come back and decide on what I actually want to do, we'll come back and do that. So that's probably going to be the next part. We'll clear that up and start making progress towards the next city. So for now, though, as you can see here, we do have 2 badges, and we're making our way through. Got that $13,000 that we're never going to spend, except for maybe 50, because there is one place where we have to spend money in this game, and that's getting into the museum. The only way you don't have to spend that money is if you don't have any money, but since we have no way of spending this in a way that doesn't compromise the run completely, we cannot use that strategy, so we have to buy the entrance into the museum. And I'm just gonna run around for the next, whatever, 30 seconds. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this part. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the gym battle, and hopefully you've enjoyed the progress that we've made. I definitely feel like we've come a long way since the start of this journey, and we're starting to build up a decent team here of guys. So definitely looking forward to the coming parts, and hope to see you guys next time though. So peace.